Today we are going to talk about loyalty. I'm going to mention Delta Airlines again and some new developments there, as well as how things are going for Carnival Corporation and a bird's eye view on a couple of other things. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips, and today I'm actually doing this for you Friday afternoon, but this is for Saturday, September 30th of 2023, and I would like to invite you to please subscribe to our channel. Would love to have you here with us every day, and also if you appreciate my updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? Now, the first thing that I want to talk to you about is, you remember just a couple of weeks ago when I talked to you about the really big changes that Delta Airlines made to their loyalty program. It was very wide sweeping what they did, and it was, I don't know if it was shocking, but it was very surprising that they would change things quite so much all at once. And it affected people's ability to use not only their lounge, but it also has a substantial effect on your ability to earn status with Delta, to use the perks that come with the different levels of status with them. Now, the other day though, the CEO of Delta Airlines, Ed Bastian, gave an interview wherein he admitted that they had gone a little bit too far, too fast with the changes that they made in their loyalty program, and that we would be hearing from them about some changes. He didn't give a date for that or say really what they would be doing, but I'm really encouraged and hope that we will hear sooner than later that maybe Delta is reconsidering some of the changes that they made and will be a little bit more loyal to their loyal customers. Now, along with that is a really interesting statistic that I thought I would tell you. In the first half of 2023, American Express paid Delta Airlines $3.4 billion for their customers' credit card use. So, as you know, or if you don't, Delta and American Express partner, they have the Delta American Express card. And one of the things that goes along with that is one way that you can help earn status with Delta is how much you spend on your Delta American Express card. They have different levels, like they've got their gold and their platinum and their reserve, and people use them for lots. You know, you can use them clearly for your purchases way more than just buying airplane tickets. So that is a huge money maker for Delta Airlines, because in comparison, it says that Delta earned about $1.5 billion on their flight business. So they earn way more money on people buying things using their Delta American Express card than they even do flying people on their planes. So I'm wondering if that impacts things at all, because a lot of people have been reconsidering that loyalty. Alaska Airlines and JetBlue are two of the airlines that have done a really good job of picking up and trying to entice people who are very loyal to Delta over to their loyalty programs. And I think that they have been successful on some things. I personally know of some people, and I have really cut back. I've started to use some other cards instead of just, I used to always use my Delta American Express for everything in our lives. And I have started channeling that money somewhere else now, those charges, because it's for things I would buy anyway. And as other people do that, I think that hopefully Delta will hear people saying, hang on a minute. So I thought that was interesting. I know we usually talk about cruising here, but truly flying to be able to go on a cruise is really a big part of travel, and we have to really think about how we do it so that we can get the best mileage for the money that we spend on that, so that we can try to go even more often. Alrighty, so I thought you would find that really interesting. Another very interesting thing to do with loyalty is just this week, Celebrity Cruises has announced that they are going to start allowing their Zenith, which is the very highest tier of loyalty with Celebrity, they are going to start allowing their Zenith members back into the Retreat and Michael's Club areas on the ship as part of the perk for being Zenith. That's a really big move. In the press release, as the president of Celebrity was talking about it, two things stood out to me. One of them is, she says, we realize that with the popularity of this and how many people will be on some cruises that are Zenith, and with having retreat guests already, they have thought through that they are going to have to open up some They are going to have to open up some auxiliary lounge space and do their best to make all of this work and keep everyone happy and take good care of their guests. One of my very favorite parts is with that choice and in that release, she said how much she appreciates their loyal guests' unwavering support of their brand. I love that. It sounds to me, at least in the press releases and in what they're doing with their Zenith members, they value loyalty, which is really refreshing. I think a lot of the trends that we are seeing right now is people spending $1 today is worth more to some companies than loyal customers that will keep coming back. And that is historically how it's been. You wanted to develop a really good customer base that would be loyal to you. So let me know what you think about that below, okay? Now, the last thing that we need to talk about today, it all goes together, a few things here. First of all, when we think of the cruise lines, I think of some trends that I have seen a lot of lately. And I think they're pointing us in a direction. We've seen the changes with Princess and charging for the casual dining. We're seeing other cruise lines charge for a lot of things that they hadn't charged for too. At the same time, we think of the cruise lines and all that debt they're trying to service as well as remain profitable. So a couple of things along with that. First of all, Carnival Corporation just barely released their third quarter Q3 earnings report. And a few things stood out to me. I'm not going to read the whole thing for you here, but I thought that some of the news that they shared was very encouraging. First of all, they said that their third quarter revenues were an all-time high, record-breaking there. They earned $6.9 billion. They see continued strength in the demand for cruising and for their brands. They also said that booking volume during the third quarter and the month of September continued at significantly higher levels still. They also, I think this was really significant, they expect that the fuel consumption per available lower berth for the fuel year for 2023, so basically how much money they spend on fuel per berth, is going to be lower hopefully than it was in 2019. That is very encouraging. They also said, and this is huge, the company reduced their debt by $4 billion from its peak in the first quarter of 2023, and they ended the third quarter with $5.7 billion of liquidity, which is huge. I think that Carnival Corporation is really moving in the right direction. Now, along with that, I think that they have tried really hard. I think they're thinking outside of the box in trying to get people to book early for the cruises that they're booking. And one interesting thing, a Let's Go family member sent me, they have a cruise that is booked to go next May. So the final payment date for that, when you just think of, like beginning of May, so it would be like the beginning of February, 90 days out when that final payment would be due. If they pay it by October 31st, they get $100 of onboard credit from Holland America. So clearly, that is a way that Holland America is trying to get money now, even though they're still going to have to take good care of those passengers when they sail next year. They clearly want that money now, and I get it. I can see if I were someone and I had all of this debt hanging over me, I would want to be paying that off as quickly as I could, because it saves you all of that interest and it puts you in a better position for a whole lot of other things. So I am wondering what else we're going to see in the future coming with that. Let me know if you have received any offers or perks being offered for paying not only your cruise, your full cruise early, but anything else you have noticed that would entice you to spend more money. I do know that across the board, the cruise lines have reported that onboard spending is still very strong. So they love to get people on the cruise ships. I think that's why sometimes we see the cruise fares go down at the last minute, or even sometimes not quite the last minute. Their fares will go down because they feel like if they can get you on board, they can get you to spend money. So do you spend a lot of money when you get on board the ship after you have booked your cruise? That's one thing I would really like to hear about down below. For me, it kind of varies a little bit on the cruise. On the Island Princess, when we were just on in July, I did spend more money because they finally had some good princess merchandise in the gift shop, so I helped myself. But when I was just actually on the Emerald Princess, they had a little bit of princess branded merchandise, but not a lot. And then the other things they had I didn't particularly want, so I didn't buy anything from the gift shop. So it's just, I guess it just depends on the cruise. I'm excited to see what's on the Airline Princess when I get on next Wednesday, and just how everything goes with the whole cruise. I don't anticipate I'm not going to buy as much stuff as I did on the July cruise, but it was really fun to see. And so let me know what you enjoy spending your money on when you're on a cruise, and if you spend very much more. And I look forward to hearing from you. Don't forget to join us. So this is for Saturday, but we'll still be posting videos and keeping you up to date on our travels, and look forward to taking you all with us. So I will be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.